Welcome. In front of me is a Huawei Mate 20X, and today I will show you how we can go through the setup process of this device. When you put it up for the very first time, you should be presented with the same welcoming screen as you can see on my end, and all you will need to do is just find your desired language from this unintuitive bubble mess, and then click on Get Started, choose your region, and then agree to the terms of use. So we just need to check right here the box. You can tap on the details if you want to read exactly what you are agreeing to, but in reality no one reads those. Next we have insert SIM card. Now you can do that right now or later, it doesn't really matter. The reason it shows up here is because inserting a SIM card will allow you to connect to your mobile network, which is one of the ways you can get internet connection, which later on allows you to connect to your Google account, restore apps and data, and also have the date and time set automatically. That's one of the ways. The second one will be through the through the Wi-Fi. Now before we have that show up, we have data import, so we have ability to move the data from a couple different ways. So we have Google, Huawei Cloud, we have moved data from another device using basically their application. I think it's phone clone or something like that, whatever. Or you can set it up as new, which is what I'm going to be utilizing. And here is the Wi-Fi connection page. Now I will be skipping that as well. And it does give you also a pop-up that's keeping Wi-Fi set up, so we won't be able to do the cloud thing like I mentioned. Also Find My Device will be turned off, and Health, Workout, Smart for Bed. I guess the application will not like track stuff. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. I should probably read more carefully. So basically, if you skip this, you won't have the Huawei ID show up as a login option, and that is responsible for a couple of these things. So I'm going to skip this. I don't really care for Huawei ID, and neither do you most likely, as everything can be done through Google account, and obviously it's probably more versatile than having the Huawei, which has their own store and it's just more limiting. Anyway, here we have Google services like location, scanning, and sending user and diagnostic data. You can toggle all of those off if you want to, but let's be honest, it's Google, so even though you didn't let them, they probably still gathered your data without your permission. It's Google after all. Next we have data and privacy. You can tap exactly what you're agreeing to. This is from Huawei this time around, which is comical considering they're talking about data and privacy while basically being banned by US because of lack of privacy and spying. So yeah. Next we have Huawei mobile services. So you can read these, what they do. We have one of the worst ones with personalized ads right here. I recommend turning that off, disable it, and there we go, we can continue on. This basically checks what you search for, what you talk about, and then gives you relevant ads based on that, which if it sounds intrusive, that's because it is. Next we have protecting our device, and we have a couple ways like fingerprint, face recognition, and pin pattern and password. If you're planning to use any of these two, you will also be required to select a screen lock, pin pattern, password. The reason for that is fingerprint and face recognition are biometrics, which don't always get recognized correctly. They also can get damaged, changed, which would remove access to your device. Hence, that would leave you with the pin pattern or password, which isn't subject to change based on your biometrics. Now, I'm not going to be protecting it at all, so going to the next page, we have enhanced services. I can read exactly what these are. I personally don't even care to read what they are, so I'm going to select no thanks. And then we have some user experience improvement programs. Again, no thanks. Share analytics. No. All of these just kind of sound like they're going to be gathering data, which I don't really like. Location services, again, more gathering data, though this is also I just like GPS tracking, which certain applications require this, though you can select later. It doesn't need to be enabled out of the get-go. If you encounter an application that needs it, it will give you a pop-up that is just, you need to turn it on, and otherwise it won't work, and you can just select enable and it will automatically turn it on, so you don't need to worry all that much. Then we have keep your software up to date. I'm gonna use the manual update, so set up or update manually. This device isn't going to be getting any kind of new software updates, so at this point, where at the time of me recording this device is, I think, 5 years old or even more, and yeah, it's past its prime. There is going to be no new updates, so it doesn't really matter what you choose right here. Next, we have gesture navigation. You can try them and then enable it if you like it. I already know how to use this, so I'm just going to close this and finish it up. By selecting finish, it will automatically keep it enabled. If you want, you can change the method right here, so press it, and now you can see we have button navigation. And there we go. So with that being said, hopefully you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.